The xenobiology field trip to Kepler 442b was supposed to be routine. Professor Zyxmar had chosen the safest possible environment for mixed-species education. Low gravity, no predators, minimal toxic flora. Perfect for students from 12 different worlds to study ecosystem adaptation together. Marcus Reed, the sole human in the class, had been the subject of gentle mockery since day one. No natural armor like the Vorthack, no redundant organs like the Zilani, no enhanced healing like the Altarians. Just soft, pink skin and a mere 2 eyes. Careful, Marcus. Krilltech had laughed that morning, his chitinous form gleaming. The grass here might be too sharp for your delicate human skin. Marcus had just smiled and continued cataloging samples. Then the rock slide happened. It was nobody's fault. A natural erosion event that sent sharp volcanic glass cascading down the cliff face. Everyone scattered according to their species' instincts. The Ashanti flew upward. The Vorthack curled into armored balls. The Zilani phase shifted briefly out of reality. Marcus, with his human reflexes, dove sideways and almost made it clear. Almost. A shard of volcanic glass, razor sharp and the length of a dining knife, punched through his left thigh and out the other side. Medical emergency. Professor Zyxmar's chromatophores flashed panic colors. Human injured. Severe hemorrhaging. Request immediate. It's fine, Marcus said, sitting up. Everyone froze. Purple-red blood was pooling beneath him, the glass shards still protruding from both sides of his thigh. And he'd said was fine? Marcus, you're in shock, the professor said. Your vital fluids are leaving your body at an alarming rate. Marcus looked down at his leg with the expression someone might were finding a coffee stain on their shirt. Oh, that's not ideal. Marcus pulled out what looked like a primitive needle and thread. The class watched in mounting disbelief as he gripped the glass shard. This is going to suck, he muttered, then yanked it out in one smooth motion. Several students had to leave. The Zilani actually did phase out of reality. Professor Zyxmar's colors went pure white, his species equivalent of fainting while standing. Blood spurted from the wound. Marcus calmly pressed his hand against the entry point, counting under his breath. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. At 10, he removed his hand, examined the blood flow, and nodded. Okay, didn't hit the femoral. That's lucky. He poured antiseptic into the wound. His jaw clenched, but he didn't scream. Then, as 47 alien eyes watched in horror, he threaded the needle. You're going to sew yourself? Kuritek vi spirit. Field Medicine 101, Marcus said, piercing his own skin with a needle. Everyone should know basic sutures. He worked methodically, pulling his own flesh closed with the same casual focus he'd shown cataloging plants. In through pole tie, in through pole tie. His hands were steady. Even his sweat beaded on his forehead. Doesn't it hurt? Asked Thyma, the usually silent next student. Like hell, Marcus admitted, not pausing in his work. But pain's just information. It's telling me I'm damaged. Message received, now I fix the damage. Your species just ignores pain? Professor Zyxmar had regained enough composure to be scientifically fascinated. Not ignore, acknowledge and override. Marcus tied off the last suture on the entry wound, then started on the exit wound, twisting awkwardly to reach it. Humans have this thing called shock. Lets us function through trauma that should incapacitate us. Pretty handy. Hindi, vel Anna repeated faintly. You're manually repairing. Would you prefer I bleed out? Marcus asked, finishing the last stitch. He cleaned the wound again, applied a bandage, and stood up. He stood up. You shouldn't be walking, the professor protested. Probably not, Marcus agreed, testing his weight on the leg. But we got 6 more hours of field work, and I need at least B+ on this assignment to keep my scholarship. He limped over to his abandoned sample kit and continued cataloging, leaving a trail of horrified alien students in his wake. That night, the class group chat exploded with one message. Never, ever underestimate the soft pink humans.